Let's switch now to some local politics and going to Anambra State. A lot of interesting results with the primaries. I think virtually every party threw up a surprise. With the PDP, the frontrunners were Ifeanyi Ubah and Stella Odua. Everybody thought it was going to be between them. They staged the walkout eventually, and we're not sure what happened with their situation. But the APC was actually the most interesting. Andy Ubah, who was governor for 2 weeks at some point in 2008 or so, I believe, around that time. You know, he's been senator back to back. He's been in government. He was in the kitchen cabinet at some point in this presidency, of this country. And you know, everybody thought it was his for the taking. And Honorable Tony Nwoye won almost by a landslide. I mean, he didn't even come close at all. Surprising results there.
Yeah, well, I think consistency really matters, and I think our democracy is growing pretty fast. Senator Andy Ubah saw the APC platform as one that perhaps does not have the big wigs that can contest with him in the primaries. He felt, well, coming in and he can just get the ticket from PDP, you know. So, but that is getting the assurance, you know, that from observation or from whatever political permutation that Chris Ngige will not be coming into the race. I believe that's one of the greatest challenges. But Ngige didn't come into the race, but put his weight behind the young man, Dr. Tony Nwoye. You know, so I think it's one very important thing that we should address in this country. People can't just move their political liabilities, or even if it is assets, you know, to any platform because they need power. What is the difference as far as Anambra State is concerned? Please, what is the difference between APC and PDP? APC is thought to be the government at the center. Perhaps some magics will happen. Why can't it stay put in the PDP, contest the power, or, you know, slug it out with those that are in the PDP, then get whatever it wants? APC is as less popular as PDP compared to ABGA in Anambra State. So why moving to APC? So I think that should teach a lot of politicians a lot of lessons. So, and I think it's a good development for this country.
Anambra has always thrown us surprises with results generally. They were the first state in this country to have their elections separate from everybody else because of the court ruling at the time. Are you expecting a surprise this year? I mean, Peter Obi is going to be a huge factor. He was definitely instrumental to Governor Obiano becoming governor the last time. We're not sure how their relationship is right now. We're not sure who he's going to be backing or if he's going to be backing anybody. You know, what do you think is going to happen there? Do you think ABGA still has it?
Well, ABGA is...
I mean, like you said, the APC is the center government. And there's a lot of money involved in Anambra politics.
Well, ABGA is still the ruling party in that state, and the governor and the party ABGA is still very much popular in that state. So I think the surprise that we're going to have is either of APC or PDP upturning the governance in that state when the election comes. So I think we should expect anything. Recently, the governor has been having problems with the IPOB, you know, open confrontation. The IPOB is also not in the Tea Party with the APC, considered to be the government at the center. You know, so we are all watching. But looking at the candidates now individually, Dr. Tony Nwoye, I call him comrade. He was a former president of the National Association of Nigerian Students. I think has been, despite his age, has been so consistent in the way he is progressing politically in that state. And I think looking at the youthful appeal that he has and his composure and a whole lot of things that are working for him, his exposure, and, you know, so I think a lot of things can work on his behalf. And I think we need to move away from this idea of bringing in the old people or old people coming into contest. Let's try this young man. We've tried them in other climes, in other states. We've seen the failure, but I don't think there's crime in trying again. So I think it's a good thing. I won't be surprised anyway if that happens in the state, if the Dr. Tony Nwoye wins the election. He's been popular and he has contested on two separate occasions. You know, in one of the occasions, I think it was in PDP. So right now he's in APC and he's currently a member of the House of Representatives and so much popular in his zone of the state. So I think we should expect the unexpected.
I think Governor Obiano is probably watching you and saying, this guy doesn't know what he's saying. It's going to be very interesting elections during November, and we'll be looking, of course, closely as that unfolds. But finally, now, President Buhari is going to be going to the United States tomorrow. Apparently, President Trump invited him for a state visit. And It's interesting. He just came back
Yes.
just a few days ago. It's interesting that, I mean, it would be nice to know what the conversations will be. Will there be any deals reached? I mean, Trump is going through his own drama in the United States. President Buhari has his own drama here. People are wondering, is this a time to travel? ASU students are still at home. The ASU strike, we've not heard anything concrete from you. Is it a good time to be out of the country?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong. You know, in the international engagement of any country is as important as what happens locally. So President Buhari going to the U.S. on the invitation of the president is very important. I don't think they've met, you know, after Trump's victory.
He hasn't had time.
Yeah, they've never met. And I think it's very important for any nation, no matter how developed, that has anything to do with Africa, that wants to be involved in African polity and economy, not to meet a president as big as that of Nigeria in Africa. So I think as important as that is, it's also very, very important that mechanisms are put in place to solve, especially the issue of ASU. The demands have to be met. And the ASU also, the kind of demand they are putting forward, they are simple demands that I believe the government should meet. But perhaps projecting, just like in 2009, the government thought it's just one little soup, you know, of a kind of agreement that they will sign and all is over. We are paying for that up till this moment. 9 years later, 9 or 10 years, 8 years later, we are still paying for that agreement that they signed. So I think it's good that we look at it critically. So the ASU and government come together and have a kind of understanding so that the student will resume back to school and have a very good education that they bargain for.
Very, very important. Thank you very much, Ahmed, there for your interesting observations there. We're going to take a break now. Of course, congratulations to the Super Eagles. Yes. Amazing win on Friday. They have a game again tomorrow, I think.
But they should be wary of the wounded line.
Against Cameroon. They are going to Yaoundé this time. I think 6 p.m. tomorrow. Just 1-0 is all we need so that we can go to Russia. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys after this break.
So let's dance now, it is my turn. Just want what you are.